it might increase. Tobias Chanji, KTN, Kwale County.
Now, schools across the country have entered the third week of the second term without a coin in their coffers. The government is yet to disburse capitation funds, throwing learning institutions into a financial crisis. And now head teachers say the delay is threatening to halt schools' operation, despite a promise from Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba that 21 billion shillings will be released by the end of last week. Our education reporter, Lois Nyaundi, has more.
Working to ensure that the capitation for this term is released as soon as possible, and we'll be able to inform you once that is done.
That was Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba assuring school heads that the capitation funds will be released within the first week of the month of May. However, more than 10 days later, that is yet to happen. And now the delay has pushed schools to tighten their belts in what is typically the busiest term in Kenya's academic calendar. From unpaid utility bills to delayed salaries for non-teaching staff and even disruption of co-curricular activities, the situation is proving to be dire. Fuad Ali, the chairman of the Kenya Primary School Heads Association, says the ripple effects are being felt across both primary and secondary schools.
The capitation is affecting not only the junior school, but the entire comprehensive school, because they're housed in the same compound.
Yes.
And under one head of institution.
Yes.
So when there's a delay in the capitation, our activities are derailed.
Ali says non-teaching staff like cleaners and cooks are hardest hit. Most of them, he says, have not received their pay and are now struggling to make ends meet.
We have salaries of the non-teaching staff, which if we keep long without receiving the payments, it's affecting their daily lives too, because there are also people with families and they need to be supported.
Secondary schools too are choking under the weight of unfunded obligations.
Without money, we may not be able to fund the exams, we may not be able to buy textbooks, we may not be able to buy the typing papers, the duplicating papers, all the materials required for the exams.
But that's not all. Courier says secondary schools are further crashing under the weight of slashed funding. He says the institutions did not receive 2,800 shillings per student last term, further aggravating their situation. With pressure mounting, school heads are now planning to escalate the matter to the Ministry of Education on Monday, hoping for a swift resolution before learning is crippled. Luis Nyaundi, KTN.
Thank you, Liz, for that story. And yes, indeed, we wait for capitation to get to schools because education might